Hey guys, how's it going? MikeTheTech here. Today I wanted to get us into our next tutorial in GameSalad. If you remember where we left off, we got shooting set up as well as HP. But right now when we destroy an enemy, it's actually not too exciting that the object, or actor I should say, just deletes itself, which isn't exactly fun. So we're going to go ahead and add some new assets, and the assets I got are the tank assets from Kenny.nl. It's the same place we got our other assets. It's just that this one has some explosions that I kind of liked, so we're going to use that. So props to Kenny.nl for that. We're going to hit the plus sign here in our media library, and we're going to grab a couple explosion graphics. Nothing too amazing or crazy, because it's just we're not going to try and get it perfect, we just want to make it cool. So we'll hit plus, add a new actor. Actually, we can even use our little trick here to get the sizing right. 128 by 128. It's okay. Now we'll just go ahead and create a new actor. Let's create a new actor, see what size it gives us. 120 by 120. That's kind of alright. Why not? So let's put the first graphic here, and we're going to choose a behavior called animate. If you're on Mac, you'll need to search for this in the behaviors box. If you're on a PC, you could type in animate below. And we're going to drag in all four of these graphics for the explosion into our animate box. And we're going to turn off loop because we don't want it looping. And we're going to restore the actor's image when it's done. And we're only going to have it go for about half a second. So for 4 frames, that would mean we're going to animate 8 per second, right? And then we want to destroy this actor. And I'll explain all this in a second. It'll make sense. So we'll put a timer and say after 0.5 seconds, destroy. Perfect. So now we have an actor, and we call it explosion, that whenever it's created, it will cycle through those 4 images that we set up. It'll animate those 4 images, and then it will destroy itself and go away. Why do we want an explosion actor? Well, we want to replace the meteor actor with an explosion actor while we do some behind the scenes stuff. So in our meteor, we can scroll down to a rule where it says if our HP is equal to 0, do something, destroy the actor. Well, we also want to spawn an actor above the destroy, because if you destroy it, all the code's going to stop. So we always want to spawn before that. We'll spawn the explosion, we'll spawn it in front of the actor, not behind it, and then that's it. So now, just to see if this will work, let's shoot that one, and it explodes. Kind of a neat little effect, nothing too fancy, but you get the idea of what we're trying to achieve here with the explosion. So now let's make it even more interesting. Now let's hit the plus sign, and we had some meteors, so let's go back to our space shooter package from Kenny.nl, and let's add some of these smaller ones. Let's add that medium one, a small one, and a tiny one. Okay, so now we have those 3. So we're going to use the trick to make these into actors that are properly sized. So if we create an actor, it's going to be 120 by 120. If we drag an actor into the side here, it will create an actor at 45 by 40, which we can verify here, 45 by 40. So we can delete this one, do the same one for the small, and then, oops, make sure that stays there, yep. And then do the same thing for the tiny one, right? So now we have 3 actors. We can call this M med for medium, M small, and M tiny, just to kind of remember. Now what we did with our meteor is we set it to rotate counterclockwise at a random speed and move at a random speed. So we're going to copy these 2. So we'll say Control C for copy, and we'll Control V for paste. And we'll do the same thing for the move one. Control C for copy, and then Control V for paste. So we're going to paste it into all three of these. And we're going to do the same for this rotate function. Alright, so now these should move at a random speed in a random direction. Why did we make these? Well, we want to kind of make it a little bit more dynamic and not just have an explosion, so we're going to have some particles fly off. So we're going to get, and I haven't tried this yet, so it might look a little funny, it might take some tweaking, but I think this is going to look alright. So let's go to spawn actor, and we're going to spawn our first piece of the meteor. So let's spawn a medium piece, and we're going to put this behind and back of the actor, that way it's behind the explosion when it first pops out. And then we'll make a copy of that, and we'll create a small one, and then we'll make a copy of that, and we'll make a tiny one. And we can actually make a copy of the tiny one and put a couple extras in there, so I put 3. So now let's go ahead and hit play, and when we blow that up, we have all these pieces flying around now, and this makes for a much more interesting looking game. Now they don't fly off too fast or anything, but that can all be adjusted in our random functions, and we can increase or decrease the speed. But you can already see how this would start to make a more interesting looking game. And we can have these not collide with the player, we can have them collide with the player, we can have them load up on a different layer in the game, but it just adds a really cool effect that I kind of like. So yeah, that's it for this tutorial, but you can already see how this might make for a better game feel in the long run. So I hope this helped, and if you have suggestions for where to go with the series, let me know in the comments down below. Thanks for watching. Peace.